Hey all, Asian Scott here, and boy, I love anime. Is what I would say if I was lying. Luckily for me, lying isn't on the calendar today. Instead I have Well, it looks like I got no choice. You should always keep up with your calendars. Last time I missed something, I got knocked unconscious. What? What happened?
You've been rambling about video games or something like that for the past hour. We just watched Inside Out, and that's why you're doing the whole theater.
Oh.
OVA.
You may know what that means, in which case you're a nerd, and you may not know what that means, in which case... good for you. But if you're anything like me, first off, I'm sorry, but you probably like video games, and you probably like animation. And I've personally always been a fan of anime aesthetics and style, the way it looks, the way it feels, the way it sounds. I just like it. So when I heard that there's OVAs for video game, so today we're doing that. We're gonna look at boo boo boo. Boo. And we're going to see if they're good at all, or maybe if they're even better than their present day counterparts. But what am I looking for? What am I trying to... What? Animation. Is the animation good? Is it nice? Does it look... Does it make me feel like I'm... Does it make me feel like I'm in an anime? 2. Is the story good? Is it engaging? Is it fun? Is it something that will work as an actual regular movie without the video game aspect? I guess. It's the story. You get it. It's the story. And 3, how much it matches well with the source material. Did it do it well? Does it do it justice? Does it work as a movie for the game, or is it just a movie, or maybe even a bad movie? Transition. But which one should we start with? Well, I think it makes sense to start with maybe the main guy of video games. So we're going to start with the Mario OVA. This isn't the Mario OVA. It's a copy of The Outsiders. I have 2, isn't that weird? Let's go through some backstory. Super Mario Bros. The Great Mission to Rescue Princess Peach, or Super Mario Bros. Peach was released in 1986, screened as a double feature along with a video guide for Mario The Lost Levels, but before only when it released in Japan. So this thing is old. The release date essentially means that they only had the first game to go off of, which will be incredibly evident throughout this movie. Only a small amount of copies were ever produced, and they were all on VHS, making this one of the most rarest pieces of Mario media ever made. Luckily, Nintendo fans have nothing better to do with their lives, so a bunch of them work together to create an easily accessible version. But for real, the fact that this is able to be seen so easily is incredible, and the people behind the project did a fantastic job. Now, without further ado, join me as we watch this weird movie. This movie's weird. Everyone look, it's him! We meet our hero, Mario. His first name is Mar, his last name is Io. And he's just like us, he's an epic game. This is stupid. I can't write. I mean, like, he's playing a game, but it doesn't look like a game, and he seems to be taking it really seriously, too. I mean, it's better than what he could be playing, if you know what I'm saying. Mario naturally beats them up somehow, and we get our formal introduction to woman. Jeez. Oh hey, it's Bowser. And he's real scary. Oh my, why is he so big? So Bowser kidnaps Peach and retreats back into the TV, and Mario has no way of getting into the TV, but Peach left her necklace jewel thing. And title screen. We cut back to Mario and Luigi's grocery store, confirming they are not yet plumbers working on a drain. And Mario is real bummed that Bowser stole Peach. So much so that he hasn't let go of the necklace. Apparently this jewel is part of a legend, a Toad legend, which makes it more confusing because it's a jewel from a legend, and then the jewel is from Peach, but then the legend is a Toad legend. So does that make Peach from the game or the legend? Or is she from the real world? But before we get enough time to think about major plot holes... What the heck is that? What the So this dog shows up, screams a little, and then robs our boy Mario! No, the gem. Oh no. They just live in the desert? Mario and Luigi chase after it and eventually find themselves going through a pipe and entering a strange land. Whoa. Wait, this is just the Mario movie. This is just the same movie. They go into a pipe and they end up in magical land. I guess that's how the show works too. Who the heck is that? They land in a new place and meet Gandalf. Gandalf welcomes them to the Mushroom Kingdom and tells them about how Bowser had taken over the kingdom and is forcing Peach to marry him. Wait, he also mentions that Peach believed in a legend that two guys would save her, or something, and she sought Mario and Luigi out specifically to help her. So are they in a game or what? Mario doesn't take this marriage news too well, and Gandalf tells him that he must obtain the 3 power-ups. Wow! So it's up to Mario to find the power-ups, and Luigi, on the other hand, mainly just wants the gold coins, and then the dog just goes with them, I guess. What? Where'd he go? And so the 3 begin their journey in a montage. After the montage, the group takes a rest for a bit, and Luigi's got a little case of the rumblies. These 2 Goombas show up and tell Luigi that there's a mushroom gorge nearby. And then Luigi he's getting crazy because he's eating mushrooms like power, but it's not a power, it's actually bad. Anyway, he starts going crazy, and then they get caught by a giant parrot Koopa, so whatever. Dude, it doesn't even bark, it just screams. Mario gets the mushroom out, they get some coins, and then they fall. What? Oh. Wait. This movie actually follows the lore. Why is he so tall? So what's actually interesting is this movie follows the original story that the Toads were all turned into bricks, coins, and other stuff. Which I guess makes sense, seeing as the only material they had to work with was the first game. It's just super interesting to see the actual original story being referenced in something other than a game theory video. I'm uncomfortable. We get another montage where we see Mario start to get his footing and also do this, and the gang end up in a flower field. A bunch of random wacky hijinks happen. They meet a Lakitu, they beat the Lakitu, Mario makes the weather nice or something, a Toad kisses him, and then they get the fire flower power-up. Montage time! What? Mario Ramen! Mario Ramen! So far, these 2 Goombas have been trying to prank Mario and Luigi, but end up helping them get the power-ups. But they tap into the brothers' greediness and end up trapping them in a trap. And the 3 of them have no way out. We get a little scene with Peach and Bowser that's pretty much the same as any scene with Peach and Bowser in the Illumination movie. Except instead of hearing the nice voices of Anna Taylor-Joy and Jack Black, we get... Peach! Also, this? What is happening? Anyway, the boys dig out of the trap and Luigi gets a bag full of gold nuggets. But oops! Oh no! They get the star back because of course they do, and find a sunken ship and ride it to the castle to finally defeat Bowser after another montage. The boys crash the wedding, and after destroying literally the entire castle, Mario and Bowser have their final battle. Whoa, 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 whoa. I want this movie to be over with, please. Mario starts losing, obviously, but then the dog thing screams for a little bit, reminding Mario of the power-ups. Mario downs the mushroom, downs the flower, and downs the... Dude, bro! This guy literally was about to win the entire battle, but stops himself to eat some Mario rice seasoning that appeared. But who cares about the consequences of our actions? Luigi just gets the star, and the day is saved. And whoop-de-doo, the day is saved, thanks to the Italian man. Well, all's well that ends well. Mario gives back Peach's necklace, and everything's fine. Everything's great.
いつかきっとこのブローチと同じブローチを持った素敵な王子様が現れるんですって。
同じブローチ？
あら？あなたは？
私は隣のフラワー国の王子、春です。
あなたが春王子様。
姫をお迎えに上がる途中、不覚にもクッパの魔法で犬に変えられてしまいました。
Bro, what? That's literally the end of the movie. Mario and Luigi walk away while Peach and this guy stay in the kingdom as lovers. Why did they make this character? He's not even in the original game. There's literally no reason for this character to exist. Mario could have perfectly ended up with Peach, and the dog could have just been a dog. So that was the Mario OVA movie. For animation, I'd give it about a 6. The animation had character and style, but you could tell it was relatively low budget, and you could see a mistake like every 5 minutes. Nothing about it was relatively impressive either. The story was about as simple as you could get for a Mario movie. Almost about as simple as you can get for a Mario. The choice to add the dog thing and have it turn to the guy at the end was just like dumb. Like, there is no reason for this guy to be in this movie. There is literally, he isn't part of anything else. He's just for this movie. And why? So for story, I would give it a 5. In terms of total execution of Mario's stuff, I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. There's not much room for references since it is based on the first game, but they do a pretty decent job of making it seem cohesive with like the Mario-ness. Overall rating, I give it a 6 out of 10. It's mid. Ryan, what's the next movie? Schoolhouse Rock. Wait, what's this movie? Oh, Street Fighter. Backstory. They made this movie for the game. Can you tell I'm running out of time for this video? Disclaimer. This movie got blood and fighting and probably guns. I think there's guns. That's it. I have to do this or my mom will be mad at me. Alright, let's watch the freaking movie. We open up to Ryu and Sagat fighting on a street! While they fight, we're given the point of view of someone using VATS on them or something and getting stats of them. Ryu does the Shoryuken and then the Hadouken, and just look how epic it is. Yeah! We cut to an anti-drug press conference, I think this is supposed to be, and someone in the crowd really likes drugs. Can I show that? Oh my gosh, he's dead. Got actually folded. That guy was actually folded.
This timid little flower is Cavi White.
Cavi was apparently brainwashed by a group named Shadow Law. Chun-Li herself is part of another group called Interpol, I think?
We do know that Shadow Law isn't selecting killing machines at random. It's gathering information on street fighters around the world.
Street fighters?! She explains that other fighters around the world have been taken by Shadow Law as well, and the leader appears to have some sort of plan. Chun-Li meets with Guile, who plans to seek revenge on the leader of Shadow Law for killing his best friend. Guile is more motivated by revenge and rejects helping Chun-Li for Interpol.
I don't need Interpol's or anyone else's help to take him out.
Hey, brushhead! This is not a request!
And we cut away to the introduction of our big bad M. Bison. with a 1.5-minute long sequence of him and his little crew walking down a bunch of hallways. That might not sound long, but think about, put out your phone and put a timer for 1 minute and 30 seconds and just see how long that is. It's so long, and they literally don't do anything but walk. Creepy scientist guy tells Bison that these humanoid robots are being used to scan fighters, but also to find Ryu, who they claim has a power level of over 9,000. Over 3,000. They really want to find Ryu for some reason, and it's apparently impossible because literally no one can. So, where is he?
There, he's right there,
Wow, it's him. It's the guy oh my gosh! Ryu is basically spending his whole time just training for a next match or something. He's just always training for something. He has some flashbacks about when he used to train with Ken. Meanwhile, Ken has a cool car, a girlfriend, and is living
the American dream!
Ryu finds himself in a fight club, where he fights Bruce Lee equivalent Fei Long, voiced by Mr. Breaking Bad himself! That's not a joke. He even does the Bruce Lee or Fei Long screams when they fight, like the whoa, whoa! Oh yeah, they fight and Ryu wins.
I'm just passing through here. Just a Japanese guy taking in a fight. And Ryu is my name.
Just a Japanese guy. Fei Long tells Ryu about Shadow Law and how they're trying to find strong fighters to join them, but then Ryu just kind of leaves.
So long. See you again, my friend.
Meanwhile, Ken finds himself in a fight against T-Hawk, which causes Shadow Law Robot Guy to scan his power level, which happens to be close to Ryu's because they train in the same dojo.
Ryu, where the hell are you? We've got unfinished business.
We get some fighting scenes with Dalzim and E Honda. Honda, by the way, best character. This guy just has the dumbest and funniest lines in the whole movie, and the American voice actor was having so much fun, you can tell.
I might have lost the fight if you hadn't been around. Here, keep it. Japanese fighters stick together.
Anyway, Ryu watches the fight, which causes Dalzim to stop since he sensed Ryu was nearby with his strong fighting aura. But that catches the attention of Robot Guy, giving Shadow Law more information about Ryu's whereabouts. Ryu helps a little girl who gets caught in a crossfire and just shows off his Chad attitude. Look at the man. The scientist guy gives M. Bison the scoop of Ken's fighting power.
On my way.
Bison's main motivation changes from finding Ken to recruiting Ken, but he still wants to find Ryu. Like, this guy's obsessed with this guy. He also gets word that Chun-Li has been trying to hunt down Shadow Law, and is getting closer and closer due to Cammy being questioned by her. But I don't think he really cares.
They have her for questioning.
I don't give a shit. Her job's finished.
Chun-Li finally convinces Guile to help her in hunting down Bison by revealing that she has also lost her father to M. Bison. The two find DJ, a known street fighter, where they find an undercover robot.
Oh dang, he's stripped out.
Bison then sends out Vega to assassinate Chun-Li.
Why don't you go have some fun with Miss Lee? I'm sure you can conjure something from that dark imagination of yours.
Huh? For some reason, we get a scene with Zangief and Blanca. Just the boys being boys, am I right, fellas? But then we get to this one. I have to say something. Let me just preface this by saying I didn't know this part. I watched this movie on Prime Video, okay? And on Prime Video, it shows you like the age rating or whatever, you know, that's good information to have. And right there, you see it right there, it says 13 plus. And I thought, hey, that's me. And what I expected from this was obvious, you know, maybe have some strong language.
I don't give a shit.
Maybe they have, like, it's gonna be blood, it's a fighting movie. The regular stuff for 13 plus, you would see that, you know, you would see that. What I didn't expect would be a 2-minute sequence of Chun-Li showering, completely uncensored. I don't know why I'm doing this, I can't even show it to you. It's 2 full minutes, 2 whole minutes. That's like the length of a song these days. This scene does nothing. This scene does nothing for us. They rated this 13 plus. A 13-year-old should not see this.
Oh my gosh. What?
The problem isn't exactly that they put it in the movie, but it's 2 minutes, and also it was rated 13 plus, so I was completely caught off guard. You have to understand, in any other normal circumstance, this would be absolutely fine. I would not care. But I watched this movie in the family room where everyone can walk in and see what I'm doing. How am I supposed to explain that? Hell, tell me. Tell me. And then that sequence is followed by an admittedly cool fight with Chun-Li and Vega. The only problem is, I can't show it. Chun-Li fights with minimal clothing on, and since Vega fights with a claw like Wolverine, he inevitably rips it all up. But let's just move on. Let's move on. Vega falls to his death, and Guile finds Chun-Li, who just got beat up like crazy, and Chun-Li ends up in the hospital in a coma. Meanwhile, Ken almost gets run over by a Capcom truck.
Capcom truck.
And eventually gets abducted by M. Bison, who puts him in a torture machine that brainwashes him into Dark Ken. Bison also learns that Guile has learned Ryu's location, which means we're in the third act, baby, yeah!
Yes!
Ryu's location is actually Honda's home, who continues to kill with his lines.
We finally have visitors drop in and look at me. I'm just a mess.
Guile shows up to warn Ryu about Bison and Ken. Ryu doesn't believe him until, oh hey look, it's Bison and Ken. Bison just keeps talking, and I get my favorite line of the whole movie.
Oh god, I can't take it. I gotta kill this nut before I kill myself.
Ryu and Ken fight, and Guile and Bison fight, and Balrog and Honda fight.
Hi there. And you are?
I'm a welcome wagon. It's nice to meet you, friend.
The Ryu and Ken fight goes for a while Ryu tries to get Ken out of his trance. He remembers that they're best friends forever, so they stop fighting. The other two fights don't last too long. Honda and Balrog fall, and then I don't even remember if they come back ever. Bison changes his focus to Ryu and Ken after knocking out Guile.
He did the prayer thing. He did the prayer thing.
Some funny moments happen.
Coward! Don't walk away from me! We're not finished!
Ken remembers his heart or whatever.
Well, I'm leaving. Time sure flew by. I'm heading out of here myself in a couple of days.
Take care, hotshot.
Next time, muscle man.
Imaginary technique.
Ryu and Ken Hadouken Bison into oblivion, and all's well that ends well.
Whoa!
Oh, he's alive. Guile returns to the hospital to see Chun-Li, who was doing better, but tricks him into thinking she's dead, which is kind of messed up. Ryu and Ken see each other off, with Ken leaving in his car, and Ryu just walking down the street.
Why would he walk? Oh, that's it. That was alright.
And that's the movie, ending with Ryu walking off to find his next great battle. Oh my gosh, no! So that was the Street Fighter 2 movie. It definitely had a lot of impressive animation with the fighting scenes and the detail of all the veins and orifices and the faces. Detail was ridiculous. I give it an 8. For the story, I'm definitely less familiar with Street Fighter in general, but I feel like everyone is. Like, if you play Street Fighter for the story, I'm sorry. So for the story, I give it like a 7. It was pretty good, probably like a regular movie, but it could be better. The plot that was written for this was definitely for characters to fight one-on-one against each other, but I think it works pretty well. And I liked how chaotic the fights were, similar to how an actual round of Street Fighter would play. And for that, I'll give the faithfulness an 8 out of 10. Just lots of fan service with the characters, some more than others. But I mean with like showing different characters fighting each other with their different moves and stuff like that. Also the voice acting.
What's this shadow law?
You don't hear very well. I won't take part in a street fight, I said. Got it? Ah! What is going on? What the hell happened?
I can't remember.
So overall, the movie is an 8 out of 10. Wow, what a great movie that I was just watching was, that I definitely know which one it was. Next, we're gonna watch the Sonic movie. This isn't the Sonic movie. I don't know what movie this is. I don't know why I have this. My parents just have these movies. I'm gonna get you, sucker. I wonder if it's good. You know, I would watch the Sonic movie by myself, but why do that when I could have a friend, maybe? Hello. Hey, you busy?
Yeah, no, I'm not busy. I'm free.
Perfect.
It's backstory time! The Sonic OVA, appropriately named Sonic the Hedgehog, was released in Japan in 1996 as a 2-part series. Later on, it was dubbed in English and released as a single direct-to-video film in 1999, along with the release of Sonic Adventure. With the film being released in 1996, that would mean that the latest mainline game would have been Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and the game that would come out later in the year would have been Sonic 3D Blast. Let's just hope for the sake of us that they didn't include that one. And I guess without further ado, this is Sonic the Hedgehog.
This is very menacing. I remember this guy from, I believe, Sonic and Mario at the Olympic Winter Games.
Yeah, that's where he's from.
We open up with a super ominous showcase of Metal Sonic's design, which looks absolutely amazing. And Robotnik gives a monologue on how he's going to be an evil goober.
Wait, what's this movie about?
This music is freaking sick! It perfectly represents the Sonic music. I don't even know how to explain it. But I can't tell if it's closer to something we'd hear in Sonic 3 and Knuckles or CD, or maybe even Adventure. And can we talk about these backgrounds and environments? Like, this world looks amazing. Look at the detail, look at the way. I'm loving it so much. There's absolutely nothing that can ruin my outlook on this movie at this point.
Sonic! I finally finished it! See, isn't it great? It's a jet-propelled bodyboard. Come on, you want to try that?
I don't want to focus too hard on the voices since they weren't fully in place as how each character should sound, but we're going to be hearing this a lot, so we might as well talk about it. I don't think it's at the fault of the actors, I just think that they could have made a better fitting voice. That would be less...
You're the one who can fly. You do something.
Yeah. Anywho, we get introduced to Sonic and Tails. Sonic, of course, acts with his chill little demeanor, and Tails is definitely a lot more like a kid in this movie. We also meet this owl guy who... Wait, what was his name? Old Man Owl. Old Man Owl? Are you kidding me? Anywho, Old Man Owl... Whoa, that was a pun. Anywho, Old Man Owl shows up with a special message from...
The president. He wants us to come to the presidential house right away.
The president. So Sonic and Tails hop on the tornado and... leave the owl guy alone, I guess?
Bon voyage, kid.
I know I was just talking about it, but man, this movie looks beautiful! I said it before and I'll say it again, I absolutely love retro anime backgrounds and art styles. There's just nothing that can beat it. And with the super detailed world designs that they made just for this movie, it's just...
That's just the Capitol building. That's just the Capitol building. That's just the Capitol. That's very wow.
Oh my gosh! No!
We get fully introduced to Robotnik, who took over the White House and kidnapped the president and the president's daughter.
It's about the entire planet of freedom, so you better do as I say!
No way.
Don't you care about pretty young Sarah?
Help me, Daddy!
Anyway, Robotnik gives Sonic the scoop about an evil force that has taken over the Land of Darkness.
There, I lived peacefully in a European city called Robo.
The Land of Darkness. There I lived peacefully.
Metal Robotnik also sabotaged the generator which provides electricity to the land, but it's now running uncontrollably, so we need Sonic to go down and fix it or it could blow up.
Sonic, I don't care what happens to Robotnik or Daddy, but please just do this for the two of us.
Sonic thinks that Robotnik is lying, which... duh. But everyone else seems really convinced, which worries me because this guy is supposed to be the smart one. This guy is supposed to be the president, and this girl... Well, anyway, Robotnik provides Tails with a fancy watch.
That's a surprise tool that can help us later.
And they take off.
The daughter is frozen in time.
Why is there a daughter?
Because there's always a daughter. You can't just save a man. He's not worth anything.
Robotnik takes away Sarah in a giant robot, not surprising, and Sonic and Tails arrive at the entrance to the Land of Darkness.
Look, that must be the entrance to the Land of Darkness.
They take a hard landing, end up fine, and start their journey through the Land of Darkness. How many times am I gonna say the Land of Darkness? This is where I'll keep all the socks I find in the Land of Darkness. And now comes probably my favorite sequence in the entire movie. It's just Sonic and Tails running around with amazing music too. This whole sequence encapsulates what I love about Sonic as a character. His speed, his style, the fact that he parkours on the trees of the forest instead of like on some random platforms that should have no business being in a random area in the middle of nowhere that doesn't fit anything around. Anyway, I'm done rambling. Sonic and Tails end up in an abandoned city.
I've never played a single Sonic game. I know people don't like the 3D one.
Which one?
The first one.
There's kind of a lot of 3D ones.
This is the first one, right? I know that one was bad.
What's the first one?
At least people think it was. I don't know. I remember there being like a huge whale scene.
Metal Robotnik appears out of literally nowhere and chases Sonic and Tails throughout the city.
Why wasn't this a game? To be fair, I've never played any of the games, so I don't know. This could be in a game.
Holy crap!
Ah, man, this is just New York. I saw this yesterday.
The two start messing with Metal Robotnik and doodly-doodly-doo. Tails uses the watch to find out where Robotropolis is, which makes things even more confusing, because why would he give... whatever. Sonic flips him off and the two book it out of there, but barely manage to not get killed. By the way, if you're wondering why Robotnik didn't just kill Sonic and Tails when they were in the Oval Office, it's because it's illegal. Duh. Sonic and Tails are about to die or whatever, but oh, look at that! It's Knuckles! Look, they use the power of their minds or friendship or whatever, and then they beat them up. Yeah.
Thanks for saving us there, Knuckles. Yeah, that's one more job I won't get paid for.
Knuckles sounds more like Sonic than Sonic sounds like Sonic. He also has the hat in this movie, and I know it's kind of iconic. I mean, he had it in the Knuckles show, but like, what's the point of it, really? It's also really funny how he just floats. Like, look at him. Anyway, they make it to Robotropolis and find the bomb literally about to blow up, so they have to defuse it.
Wow, that's like Final Fantasy VII.
They manage to take the bomb down, but awaken something else in the process. It's
a robot that looks exactly like Sonic!
You. Monic.
Ronic.
It's Ronic!
Robotnik shows up and explains his greatest creation yet. Hyper Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic and Sonic fight each other, but Sonic ends up losing the fight and gets taken away by Metal Sonic. That sentence was so hard. Sonic gets defeated and goes missing.
Aww.
Tails and Knuckles give up and leave to figure out what to do.
Aww.
And Sarah is taken away by Robotnik.
Oh, you. He's dead. Ronic is gonna stab him. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid owl?
Oh man, are you still in here somewhere?
I'm behind you, Tails. You've come home early.
Oh my gosh, he's dripped out.
He's a rad owl.
Dude, he looks so sick.
Tails figures out how to use the Robotnik watch to find Metal, and the group talks with the President to figure out what to do next. Knuckles explains that Robotnik wants to end the world by melting the glaciers that hold it together, which is bad.
This is actually really interesting.
Here you go, Sarah. This is a present I got for you.
Woohoo! I love it! Robotnik, don't you think I look cute?
It suits you very well.
Why did you give me a wedding dress?
What do you mean? Once Metal has destroyed the land of the sky, we'll be the only ones left.
Is there only one world power? And it's this guy.
He's the president of everything.
By the way, Sonic's fine and he just kind of shows up. So the gang head over to the glaciers in order to save the world. And her, I guess. Sonic and Metal duke it out for a little bit and we get this golden moment of a movie.
You might know everything I'm going to do, but that's not going to help you since I know everything you're going to do. Strange, isn't it?
You're a perfect target for me now, Fox!
I'm sure that won't be a problem.
Right. Good work, Tails.
He went so far. He's so far gone.
He literally went so far.
The president and the owl guy show up, but cause more problems as they get stuck in a ship nearly about to blow up. It blows up.
This is how I met Joe Biden.
Metal actually ends up saving the president, but gets knocked into the lava pit. Sonic attempts to save him, but Metal refuses and melts from the lava.
Dude, it's literally Star Wars.
Man. It is Star... Wait, this is Star Wars!
There is only one Sonic.
Is that his voice?
After everything, everyone groups up at the end, but Sonic is still a little down from the way the fight ended. He just saw a full-size robotic replica of himself melt into lava, and even though it was meant to kill him, it still portrayed emotions similar to that of Sonic's because its personality was completely
replicated from him. Sonic essentially saw himself melt to nothing and perish in front of his very eyes, and now he has to live the rest of his life dealing with that traumatic life-altering experience.
Oh no! You're all fools! I still have all of Sonic's data here! What are you doing?
Shouldn't we take him to prison? Oh my god, Sonic. You blue bastard. You did it once again.
Well, that was the Sonic movie. What a mess. Animation-wise, I give it a 9. I have barely any complaints. Characters had style, lots of action, the backgrounds and designs were amazing. Story-wise, it's pretty weak. I mean, there's a bunch of moments and questionable parts of the movie that's like, why did Robotnik give him the watch? Why did Sonic just end up fine? Why does she exist? Story, I have to give it a 5. In terms of faithfulness, I want to give it an 8 or a 9. But I don't think it's really faithful to an actual Sonic game. It's faithful to what I want the Sonic character and world to be. But in reality, it's just another made-up story and world. I mean, the main trio has all the same personality. The new characters all are stupid. And the world is cool, but it's not from the games. I'll balance it out and give it a 6. But in reality, my actual score would probably be an 8. But that makes the overall real score a 7. Pretty good. You want to be in my video for half a second?
Sure.
What's the next movie?
The Kung Fu Panda.
Wrong. It's I'm gonna get you, sucker. There is context for this movie, but I think it's funnier if I don't tell you and then we just watch it right now. So here we go. We're introduced to Yuta and his sister Akane, who warns Yuta that he has to stop playing video games and get to bed before mom gets angry. Guess what he's playing?
Mega Man?
Yeah. But Yuta's mom yells at him because someone didn't finish his homework.
Oh, I forgot.
Relatable. After a while, he finishes up his homework, but before going to bed, he decides to play just a little more Mega Man.
Just a little more Mega Man.
Unfortunately, he falls asleep while playing, but we transition into the game. Here, we're basically introduced to Mega Man and Dr. Wily. Dr. Wily notices Mega Man can't move and looks over and just sees the other side of the TV screen, as if it wasn't there before.
I can escape out of this game world. What a good idea.
No, wait!
Dr. Wily escapes from the TV through the fourth wall and for some reason has never done this before. After getting out of the TV and inside the kid's room, he jumps out the window and escapes into the real world. In the morning, Yuta wakes up and remembers that he was playing Mega Man, but when he tries to use the controller...
What?
That's right, Mega Man is real.
Game, but actually in my room in Japan.
What a small room you have.
Oh my gosh, why does he have to talk? Mega Man realizes that Wily has been out all night after escaping the game world, meaning he could be anywhere! Yuta and Akane's parents see a Mega Man and very easily understand the situation, which I feel is something you don't typically see in movies or TV shows. Let's give it up to competent parents! Yes! Yes! Yay! Why am I so weird? Yuta bets that Wily went to Tokyo since Mega Man believed Wily would go to the biggest city in Japan.
Yuta, if we don't hurry, something is going to happen. There's no doubt that Dr. Wily is going to use his robots to conquer this place called Japan. What?
Yuta wants to take Mega Man there, but his parents tell him that he still has to go to school.
It's my fault Dr. Wily came out of the video game world, and I want to go help Mega Man stop him.
Yuta, stop talking nonsense.
But it's true. It's really true. It's all Yuta's fault. Huh?
No.
Instead, Yuta's dad takes Mega Man with him on his commute to work, which happens to be in Tokyo. How convenient. While in transit, Yuta's dad gives Mega Man extremely specific descriptions about Japan's train system. Mega Man decides the train is way too slow for him and he and Rush fly over to the center of the city, completely forgetting that he doesn't know anything about where he is. He sees a broadcast showing something happening over at the theme park.
Rush, hurry!
Where is that amusement park?
That's right, we don't know where it is!
So far, there's a lot of emphasis on the fact that Mega Man doesn't know anything about Japan specifically, which is a little weird, but hey, he's a fish out of water. That's just the story we're doing here. He and Rush make it to the theme park where Wily is going wild. You see what I did there? You see because it's wild and wily. Oh man, I'm funny.
What's up? We're all flying away.
Where are they all going, Mega Man?
They're gathering together!
Oh, they're gathering together! Oh!
Oh, it's like the gnomes in Gravity Falls. Yep, that's what I decided to reference instead of like Voltron or something. It's the gnomes from Gravity Falls. Yeah, that... Yep, I'm sticking with it. It's like the gnomes from Gravity Falls, and like nothing else.
Mega Man gets whooped and retreats to find Yuta, since Yuta needs to use the game to get more energy tanks. Wily finds Yuta's school, but this time Mega Man successfully takes down his robot.
Okay, Wily, it's time to give up.
But Wily still gets away.
What?
Here's a smoke bomb!
Whoa!
Don't think it's over yet.
Mega Man tells Yuta and Akane that he needs E-tanks to take down Wily.
Juku? Yes, it's a place where you study, in addition to regular school. What? You mean you have more studying? Mm-hmm. I get home at around 9 tonight. You're a kid.
9? Yuta's all like, frick school, and they go home to the game where Eddie heals him up.
Love to stay and chat, but I gotta go.
Bye.
Afterwards, Mega Man and Yuta take off to find Wily. While they fly around, Yuta gets a little excited and starts explaining the geography and landmarks of Japan. Wait a second. This whole cartoon was made for the sake of being Japanese tourism propaganda. The episodes were produced in Japan, but they were displayed by the Japan Culture Interculture Center Studies, was solely for the purpose of educating non-Japanese people about Japan with using Mega Man. You know, the Japanese guy, Mega Man. Sure. Isn't that weird? Like, isn't that kind of strange? Yuta and Mega Man come across Mount Fuji, and with it being a volcano, Mega Man guesses that Wily would be using its power to build a doomsday device.
Even Mega Man would never guess that
It's Mega Man! Mega Man's come to save! Whoa! Mega Man's in trouble!
Does nobody care that Mega Man's just walking around in the real world and there's robots all over the place?
Yuta and Mega Man find themselves surrounded by fire enemy guys, and Akane summons the help of Proto Man and Beat to help the boys out. Mega Man and Yuta successfully make it out of there and leave to capture Wily. Mega Man fights his way through a series of areas that look just like the games before making it to Wily's lair. Wily reveals the Mega Man 5 bosses that surely will be difficult to defeat. Nope, he and Proto Man go through them faster than those fire guys. Huh. Yuta, Akane, and Rush show up with a TV to capture Wily, and while he almost escapes, Proto Man and Beat bring him back by doing this. And the day is saved! Mega Man and Yuta's family have dinner together celebrating the victory, and Mega Man returns back to the game. Cool.
So that was the Mega Man OVA. Episode 1. Yeah, this thing goes for 2 more episodes. I would watch them, but I got better stuff to do. Overall though, I'd give the animation an 8 out of 10. There's a lot of heart poured into this, you can tell, with the way the backgrounds look, with the style of the animation, and the style of the characters looks exactly like the concept art for the games. The story is simple, not much to write home about, especially with the fact that it was basically made for Japanese tourism. So overall a 6. Faithfulness though is top notch. They got the enemies, they got the bosses, they got other side characters. In the other episodes they add Roll and Dr. Light, so I gotta give it a 9 for that. And so that rounds the score for an overall 8. Am I being too generous?
Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, like it. If you didn't, screw you. This video was kind of fun, also stressful. The movies were fun, except for the Mega Man one. That one was weird. Like, who's gonna go to Japan after watching like a Mega Man cartoon? Oh!